Suddenly, there was a terrible roar all around us, and the sky was full of what looked like huge mass.
It's not like me to be early, you know. Just I thought it'd be early just for, you know, because I've never been in Ireland before. It's a pretty nice place. We're waiting on Dave Edwards. Oh, there he is. Come on. Hey, how are you?
Nice things.
My name's Raoul.
How's it going? I'm Dave. Dave Edwards.
It's Dave Edwards. I hear you run for president of this place.
I am indeed.
Let's do an interview. Where do you want to do it?
I'll show you. There's a room inside, so let's go on in.
Let's do it. Come on, Jay. I don't like stairs. Sign.
Yeah, there's some nice signs. Here's a random piece of artwork.
Good. Art. Reminds me of a girl I know.
Yeah. There's some people learning stuff.
People learning. Gotta learn in the college.
There's your arch enemy. Stairs.
Yeah, I don't like stairs.
That's where you take a leak.
Toilet. What is it? What do you call this place?
This is the canteen. The building's called the Atrium.
Cool. So where do you want to do this interview?
Just upstairs.
Okay, let's do it. It's nice, yeah, it's very nice. Sit down there. That's James.
Hi, James.
Me and him go way back. Since Las Vegas, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a good time.
Thanks. Good time.
I went spelunking in Las Vegas.
I didn't know there was any
Spelunking,
caves.
yeah, there's in the Nevada desert itself.
Oh, right.
Did it naked.
Okay, was it like wormholes or?
Yeah, I just use I didn't know you had to use a parachute, and I was about to jump, and they're like, "Roll!" I was like, "What's wrong?" And they said, "You need a fucking parachute," and I was like, "Oh, what? Oh, what?"
You realise that's not how you go spelunking.
How do you?
No, what you do is you get a rope and you climb down a cave and then you go into the cave. You don't use a parachute.
Right.
Sorry?
Friend.
Sorry?
Ready.
Sorry?
Ready.
Oh, ready?
Okay.
Hello, my name is Raoul, and I'm here with
David Edwards,
David Edwards, and he's running for president of
the Students' Union of IADT.
IADT. So I'm going to go straight to the questions. So David, why did you choose to run for Students' Union?
Well, I've been in the college for quite a while. I started back in 2005, and I've learned a lot from this place. Not necessarily from class, but from hanging out, getting to know the people, getting to know the college, and I've gone through some rough times while I'm here, and the college has helped me through them, and I want to give back.
Now, what is your experience in the Students' Union?
Well, I worked as the Vice President and Welfare and Equality Officer back in 08-09, which was obviously a big year for me. And obviously working full-time in the Students' Union, I got to know the college, and I got to know the people, and I got to know what can be changed and what should be changed. Within that year, though, I ran a lot of campaigns, I sat on a lot of committees and saw how awful they are. I did a lot of work for USI, I helped run some of their Fighting Fees campaigns, I worked in the LGBT working group, which helped run pink training, and we helped fight for the marriage equality campaign back then, which obviously didn't work out as well as we planned, but we fought for it, and then when it didn't happen, we fought as well as possible for the Civil Partnership Bill to get it into the proper state, which included having children's rights involved in it, which weren't originally.
People are saying, I've been looking around and there's been kind of whisperings and murmurings, and people are saying that it doesn't matter who gets elected and nothing's going to change. What do you say to that?
A lot of people think that things can't change, and I can see why. I definitely get why they think things can't change. Like when I started in this college, the same issues were still present then as they are now, and I think a lot of people are getting very tired of that. And this year is going to be very different to most years because we have a change of director at the college, and that's going to open up some massive doors as to what we can and can't do, because obviously they're going to have their own agenda, which we can try and put towards the needs of the students, which will obviously make a big difference. There's a lot of governmental changes going on, which is going to affect our budget, so obviously students are going to have a bigger voice in that. In terms of who's going to be elected, the first 3 months of the college, or first 3 months of the Students' Union, the Student Union President and Welfare Officer don't really know what they're doing. They have to get the training, they have to work up to being ready to start when the college comes back. And I know for myself anyway, because I've already been there, I can hit the ground running and get started straight away.
What do you think is the most important issue facing the college at the moment, aside from governmental changes?
The increase in student numbers, which is making a huge difference to each person's degree by the end of it all. Our college is being watered down effectively. But on top of that, there's a lot of issues in terms of estates, which I think is a big issue from my point of view. Because the student numbers are increasing, the estates section of the college isn't helping it come along. One of the major things that has gone wrong in the last couple of years is because of the economic crisis. The estates budget had an extra 1 million in surplus, which had to be spent, and they wasted it on a lot of things that weren't particularly important. Like in some of the studios, they brought in new desks and tables and new equipment and all the rest that had just been changed the year before, and a lot of money was wasted on that, and the estates officer herself spent a lot of money on her own office, which is not exactly going to be helping the students along. I don't know if anyone has seen the roadway into the college, but it's a pretty bad mess, which definitely could be worked upon. And there's a lot of things that the estates could be fixing, and with the new buildings coming in, that needs to be a big focus, because we need to be able to manage those new buildings when they come in. I think it's important that there's someone there that forces that issue with the estates officer to make sure it happens.
What will you do next year if you get elected? What will leave your mark on the college? What will people say, hey, there goes David? What will happen then? What do you mean? What will you do next year?
Increase accountability. A lot of the time, the students' union or the students' union itself doesn't have as much accountability. So to try and increase that, what I'd like to see is a non-student union run paper or some sort of public thing that the students can run that isn't run by the students' union, so they can question the students' union and what's going on. And that hasn't happened in recent years, and I think there definitely needs to be something there because the students' union has no one to answer to. And then on top of that, I think the college executives, the management of the college, need to have increased accountability, and that will come hopefully from having their budget accessible by all the students. Now at the moment, if we ask for it, they should give it, but unfortunately it doesn't get pressed down to the students, and I think the students should know what's going on with the budget. Whether they want to know or not, it's up to them whether they want to look at it or not. But I think it should be available to them so they can see what the college is doing, so the college have to answer to whatever things they're doing. Another major issue for me is the fact that this college doesn't have any form of green policy. I don't know if you've noticed, but the only recycling in the college is paper. And there's a lot more things you can recycle than paper, and there's a lot of waste that goes on, and there's no form of green energy in the college, and that wastes a lot of money, and it doesn't really do the world much good. So that's a big issue for me as well. What
do you think of the other candidates running for president?
Well, the other candidates running for president now, there's 3 other people other than myself running for it. I have no major complaints about any of them. I think they're all running for the right reasons, which is good to see. A lot of the time people run just because they want to be involved in the students' union. I think that's a dangerous way to go about it. I have issues with 1 or 2 of the candidates due to inexperience, and in the case of one, experience has been a bad one in the sense they didn't do a particularly good job on particular issues. Now I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to badmouth other candidates, but
leave that to me.
Leave that to you, of course. But there's definite strength in the other candidates, so it's going to be a very close race. So
finally, do you see any weaknesses in yourself?
Definitely. I know a weakness in myself is the fact that I'm quite a shy person, so I find it difficult to go up and do small talk with people, and I think a lot of people would definitely comment on the fact that they don't know if I'm going to be able to focus on just going up and randomly talking to students. Now, this I think is an issue of mine, but I think a lot of the time the issues that I want to be talking to the students about would be big issues rather than kind of small talk. It's not going to be about the weather, it's going to be about policies, and I can talk about policies till the cows come home, and I'll be able to converse with students non-stop about those. Look guys, all joking aside, I'm really serious about this. I want to be Students' Union President. I'm not going to try and plead for your votes. I just hope that I've been able to show you guys that I'm the right person for the job. And I really do appreciate any vote that I do get, and hopefully I'll get elected. If not, I'll make the most of it, and I'll do my best to make sure that the Students' Union runs the best it can, and try and help whoever does go in understand what's going to happen next year. All in all, I just really hope it'll work out. And thanks so much for listening and watching. I look forward to seeing the count of the votes on Thursday evening. Will that do?
That's good. I'm out of here. really hurt my nose.